Hello, everybody. My name is Yamil Henriquez, also known as Muertero Yamil, and welcome to Purgatory Magic here on Instagram Live. Today, before I start my topic, I want to give a little brief introduction for those who've never seen this page or just joining in for the first time and want to know a little bit about my work and what do I do here and what is this channel about. So, first and foremost, my name is Yamil, and I am a Muertero. I am an animero, which is a person who is devoted to the Anima Sola and the Animas del Purgatorio, or las Animas Benditas del Purgatorio. I have over 15 years or plus experience with the Animas, or the Anima Sola in particularly. I am also a brujo, and I am also a medium, which plays a very important key factor with working with the Anima Sola or las Animas Benditas del Purgatorio. I am a professional tarot reader and cartomancer. I do divination. I also do spiritual work for my clients, and I also do spiritual cleansings, exorcisms, and removing witchcraft and removing all sorts of things that anybody could feel afflicted with spiritually. All right, then. So, today the topic is, this is going to be a two-part series topic. So today we're going to discuss, today's part one. Today we're going to discuss the don'ts that you don't want to do with the Anima Sola, or the don'ts with the Anima Sola. All right? So a lot of people have been hitting me up, and I really appreciate the feedback that I've been getting from a lot of my viewers that have been asking me questions in regards to the Anima Sola and the Animas Benditas del Purgatorio. And they've been asking me amazing questions. And this is what this particular live is going to be about. And this is basically so those who are interested in wanting to have a devotion, not a working path, a devotion to the Anima Sola. These are little tips that I can give you from my experience, and also from other people's experiences as well that were my teachers. Okay, so let us begin with this discussion. All right. The first thing that I want to discuss, the first don't that I want to discuss with the Anima Sola is, don't break your promises with the Anima Sola. And this is a very, very important don't. Because many people come to the Anima Sola, and let's be real, many of the people who come to the Anima Sola come in desperation. And the majority of the time they come because they've broken up with a particular partner, or they've been dumped, or they've been cheated on, so forth and so on. And then, of course, they hear through the grapevine or through Facebook or social media or Google or groups or whatever, YouTube videos, that, doing the prayer to the Anima Sola can bring back a lover, which I'm not denying that. It's very true. But what happens is that, and I'm using this as an example because this is the majority of the people who come to the Anima Sola. They come to her because of this particular reason, because of love issues. They come to her, and they come with this energy of desperation. They come with this energy of feeling rejected, feeling alone, basically them in their own purgatory, right? So when they come to the Anima, they're coming with this energy of desperation, of fear, of all of these things. And then they light a candle to the Anima Sola, the red one, usually, of her, right? Her image. And they start doing this prayer, and they're expecting these results, right? But it doesn't come as fast as they want it to come. And majority of the times, the individual that they lit the candle for, contacts them. And then they're like, oh, he contacted me, but the individual ghosts them, or, walks away from them again. And then they get upset with the anima, and they don't fulfill their promise with the anima. And this has happened to me, not to me particular, but people who come to me for advice. I hear this almost on a daily basis, right? And what people don't understand is that when they ask the Anima Sola, and they say, oh, I'm going to promise to do a novena for you and put you a glass of water if you do this for me, but it didn't go the way that they wanted it to go. Because, let's be real, a lot of the times, these people just ain't got their shit together mentally, right? And they're like, oh, they got this frustration with the anima because it didn't happen the way that they thought it was going to happen. And it doesn't work like that. So then they disregard the anima, and they're like, you know what? It wasn't the way that I wanted it to be. I'm not giving you your cup of water and your candle or your misa or whatever it is that you promised. So then guess what? The Anima Sola in particular, loves to, she likes to collect her payment. Within the realm or the pantheon or whatever you want to call it of the animas, she's the debt collector. She is the debt collector. And there's a side of her that people don't know about, that I've asked many who claim to work with the anima, and they don't know this side of her. Let's say it's her shadow aspect who comes and collects that debt, and she doesn't play. She could be like the nastiest loan shark there is, because you're all up in your desperation and in your ego, and you're all up in your arrogance and your disrespect, that you don't want to play with that woman, because she will collect that debt one way or another. And she has patience. Sometimes she doesn't. Sometimes she'll come in like a bulldozer. Okay? So it's very important, because the Anima Sola, loyalty is important for her. Loyalty is one of the key things when working with the anima, because if you know the Anima Sola the way that I know the Anima Sola, she is a ride or die. She is loyal, and she will stick to her word. But she knows when you're full of shit. She knows it. She knows when you're full of shit. So she'll take her time, and she'll move slowly. But it's to see if you're that individual that's going to keep to their word. And if you don't, you better get ready. Okay? So that's one thing. That's the first point. All right? The first don't break your promises with her. Pay her. Just because you don't know how to deal with people, and you don't got game, and you don't got it together, that's not her fault. That's not her problem. That's your problem. She came through. You're just lame sometimes, but it is what it is. Okay? All right. So don't break promises with her. The second point that I wanted to address was, don't start working with her without knowing who she is and you not knowing what to do. Okay? This is at a very, very important point. Because a lot of people that join these, they start, reading about Latin folk magic, or they start getting involved in doing saint work or working with these type of beings, with folk saints and stuff like that. They immediately want to build an altar. They immediately want to have the biggest statue. They immediately want to start putting her to work without having any experience with her. They just read something on the internet, they saw a video, or they thought that they have it in them spiritually to that they have it within them spiritually just to start working like that. And that doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that, right? You have to understand that her current is a very strong current. And you have to ease your way in with her. People who say, oh yeah, I'm going to light a candle and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. You don't know if you're calling another spirit that's not her. And I'm going to tell you something. The majority of the time that people tell me that they're calling her, they're not really calling her. They're calling something else. And it's making itself seem like it is her, but it really isn't her. So you have to be very careful when you call her, or when you're trying to pull her current. You should not work with her off bat like that without knowing who she is. Because I'm going to tell you something. You won't see it coming. And then you start lighting candles. And I'm not saying that you can't have a devotion to her. But you start doing work without knowing who she is, without having an experience, without having gone to a teacher or somebody who does know about her, that really knows how to call her correctly. And you start doing work like that, and you start lighting candles with work instead of devotion. You start just automatically going to work with her. That energy and that current is going to come strong. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to sound crazy what I'm about to say, but I'd rather mess around with another spirit that is claiming to be her than to call her on that level. Because she doesn't mess around. She's that type of energy that when you even call her, she's going to test you. And she will come. And you will feel this sadness, this melancholiness, this nostalgia, and sometimes even anxiety and depression times 100. It is, and I know from experience how it is. Okay? I know from experience how it is. So I wouldn't suggest you or anybody to start working with her without having to have a devotion with her and begin like that. Simple things, a white tablecloth, white flowers, white candles, and an image. And come to her in a devotional manner. Not like, oh, I'm going to start working, because a lot of the people nowadays, they're like, it's like window shopping for saints. Oh, this saint can do this saint can do this saint can do, I need this. It's like Pokemons. We're just collecting a bunch of saints and we're putting them to work for our bidding. And the spirits are not for that. They're not here to be toyed with, especially a spirit like her. That's not the one you want to be doing that with. You understand? So pardon my demeanor and pardon the way that I'm coming across, is because I just don't want nobody to get hurt. And the Animas, just because she's a Catholic spirit, because you got all these bunch of people who are, oh, I'm dark, and I wear black, and I'm satanic, or this and that. And they don't know what it is to really, work dark work, And then they see a spirit like the Anima Sola looking all, in the dungeon with fire and looking up and suffering, and they could connect with that because they have this little gothic thing about them, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna work with that spirit because she looks intriguing, just like how they do with the Santa Muerte. They don't know that spirit doesn't mess around, so be careful with that, because if you really don't know what you're doing, you're calling something that it might not even be her, or it even might be her, but you're gonna feel it, so like I said again, I don't want this to be like, oh, I'm not telling nobody like, oh, you should not work with her. No, don't work with her in the beginning. Have a devotion to her. That's what you need. Let's start there. Let's get to know somebody. Let's get to know her. Get to know somebody before you start, letting them sleep over and putting their feet on the table and acting all comfortable. No. Get to know her. See if the spirit is good for you. Let's see if her current matches with yours. Because I did that mistake a long, long time ago, and it bit me in the ass. And when I came back to her, I just want to know you, because I fell in love with her image. I was like, oh my God, I just love this image. And I feel like she's calling me. And I feel like, I've been through all that. But there comes a point where, it's not just about the work. It's just about, having a devotional to her. And I believe that that's the most important thing. That's where the connection is, that pure love that you have with the spirit. Get to know the spirit. Don't act like a spiritual hoe. Get to know the spirit. All right then. So let's discuss the next point. Don't become impatient with her. Okay? Don't become impatient with her. A lot of the times, the people that come to the path of the Anima Sola are the most desperate. The most desperate. Desperate in love, desperate in money, desperate in everything. And there's this thing that is going around that's like, oh yeah, the Anima Sola is just a low-level spirit. Yeah, she works with a lower current, but that doesn't mean that she's dumb. They're spirits of a lower vibration, a lower intelligence, or a lower understanding, but it doesn't mean that they're dumb. The Anima Sola knows a lot, and she could be the best guide. But when you're getting to know her, this is why I'm talking like this. When you're getting to know the Anima Sola, right? You want to make sure that you know who she is, because those who don't know who she is, they become impatient with her, and they don't understand how she works and how she operates. So you got to be careful, because a lot of this, I've seen a lot of people, and I'm talking about my family members. Like, I have a cousin of mine who actually lost his patience with her, and he was like, oh, she doesn't work for me. She's not doing what I told her to do. I promised her this and I promised her that. And I'm like, bro, but have you sat down and really got to know this spirit? And he's like, oh, I'm not going to do nothing. Well, grab the cup, grab the candle, turned it off, boom, threw her freaking image on the garbage, and bada bing, bada boom, we were done. And guess what? You think that she's going to stay like that with her arms crossed, con los brazos cruzados? No, sir. No, ma'am. You disrespect her, she's gonna bop you upside your head real hard. So don't become impatient with her. Sometimes you gotta give her time, because she plays chess. She don't play checkers. That's what people don't understand. The Anima Sola doesn't play checkers. She plays chess. And you gotta be smart when you're dealing with an energy like that. Just because she's fire doesn't mean that she don't know how to cool off, because she does love water. So, don't lose that patience with her, because I know a lot of people that they'll tell the brujo, or they'll tell somebody, oh, this is not working the way that I want it to work. This is not like this is not like that. It's not that. It's just that she knows what she's doing. You know? That's why I say, once again, if you want to start having a devotional to her, not being a worker, a devotional, because to be a worker, you need to learn from a teacher. If you want to be a devotee to her, then take your time. Take your time so that you know what to expect. You know how she operates. You know how to divine with her, because that's another thing. A lot of people, they'll do divination, and she's like, yo, I got this. Don't worry about it. This is under control. I'm in it. I got this. But they're so impatient because they don't have that alignment within themselves, and that's another topic I'm going to discuss as well. Having alignment, you have to have alignment to work with the Anima Sola. You can't be all sporadic with fucking nervous ass energy and being like, oh, but I miss him, but I love her, No, you have to get to know her. And if you're going to the brujo, and the brujo's animero, like me, that I work with the Anima Sola, then trust your brujo. Because we know what we're doing. And this is what we do. We get shit done. Okay? And don't start blaming the spirit because you've had bad experiences with other people that you've given money to, and then you want to bring that garbage over here too. No. Stay over there. Quédate allá. We don't need that over here. Okay? Perfect. So, this was my favorite one. This is one of my favorite ones. All right? Keep her altar clean. This is just not for the Anima Sola. This is for any spirit that you work with. Keep her altar clean. Don't have that altar with a bunch of incense ashes all over the place, with some dry cups that you could look and you can see the crevices like of the mildew, because you don't want to change the water. And then you're asking yourself why things are not working the way that I want them to work. And make sure that you cleanse her altar. Tend to her. If you want to have a devotion to her, tend to her. Because I'm going to tell you something. She requires attention. And a lot of people don't know that Anima Sola requires attention. Okay? Keep her altar clean. Clean the tablecloth. Give her fresh flowers. Cleanse the water in the flowers every 3 days. Have her nice. Have her looking sharp. Have her looking fresh. She loves that. The Anima Sola appreciates that so much. It's the little things with her that count. The little things with her that count. And people don't realize if they had devotion and true love to the Anima Sola, man, she'll give you the world in a golden platter, and silver and bronze and whatever the hell you want. She'll serve them shits like a waiter. So the spirits. So I'm here thinking I'm in reader mode already. Sorry. So keep her altar clean. Keep those candles nice. Keep things looking fresh. And she's going to repay you for all that, because she loves that. She's so loyal that she will people don't understand, man. She's like a helpless romantic type of spirit. Like, she will love her devotee if her devotee loves and keeps her well maintained. I know for a fact. Because if it wasn't for the Anima Sola, to me is that's my ride or die. That's my ride or die right there. I can say that I am very successful because of her. She's one of my main ones. And the Santa Muerte too. But the Anima Sola was my first. She's my baby. And this is why I do this for her. Yeah, loyalty is royalty, that's for sure. And I love her. I love her. I do this every Monday for her. And I maintain this. And I want to keep maintaining it until she tells me, okay, push back a bit. But as of now, she hasn't told me anything. She's like, keep going. All right, I'm gonna keep going. Because the results speak for themselves. Like she's had my back. She's aligned everything for me. All right. So, keep her altar clean. Don't keep it dirty. That's a big don't. All right. The next one is when you're starting a devotion with her, don't approach her without an amparo or a spirit or a higher saint. Okay? Please don't. Don't go just straight up to her because she is a spirit that is very loyal and she will want to get really close to you, but she also has a spiritual energy and a current that can also be a bit overwhelming. Okay? So you always want to protect yourself. You always want to make sure that when you approach her, that you have a higher spirit there protecting you. Not saying that she's mean or that she's a bad spirit or no. It's because when people call her, listen, I know somebody, very close person. And this individual, we were talking about the Anima Sola. This is not a devotee of the Anima Sola. Just somebody who was curious and was just thinking of the Anima Sola in a conversation and a thought. Well, guess what? The Anima Sola came and got close. Because the Anima Sola loves that. You don't have to do much to call the Anima Sola. The Anima Sola will come. Especially when she likes you. And she really has she sees some in commonalities with her. She's going to come. Especially if you're somebody who's genuinely hurting. And Anima Sola got close. So this person tells me in conversation, hey, I've been feeling down for the last 3 days. I've been feeling really depressed or sad, or I forgot the word that they used. And I said, well, have you been, thinking about the Anima Sola? Not calling, not invoking, just thinking. Yeah. She's been on my mind. I've been seeing pictures and even your videos and stuff. And I said, I think the Anima Sola is around you. And I think that it's not that she's hurting you. It's just that she's around you. And she's bringing things up. She's bringing things up because the Anima Sola is going to bring things because she wants you to overcome them. That's what she does. She wants you to overcome these things. And this is somebody who doesn't have a devotion or anything with the Anima Sola. And as soon as they did what I told them to do, boop, the Anima Sola backed off. And they felt normal again. And that's from somebody who didn't even approach or want to have a devotion to the Anima Sola or anything. Imagine somebody who wants to start working or not start working, because I don't believe in that. Wants to have a devotion with the Anima Sola without having an amparo. The Anima Sola is going to come. And if she likes you, you're going to feel her. But you're going to feel her, but you're not going to think it's her. You're going to think it's you. You're going to think that these are your feelings, that this is your emotions and this is your anxiety or this is your excitement. Yeah, because just how she could bring that sadness, she could also bring hyperness, excitement, but a little bit too much excitement. So it's like uncontrollable excitement, like hyperactive. It was crazy. I just saw like that. So have an amparo. Now I'm going to give an example. If you want to do a devotion to the Anima Sola, you know, start with an Our Father, a Hail Mary, and Glory to the Father. Then begin at least with a prayer of invocation of Saint Michael the Archangel. Okay? With Saint Michael. That's one of them. If you now don't have a strong connection with Saint Michael, then you could use La Virgen del Carmen or the Virgin Mary of Mount Carmel. She is the queen of the souls of purgatory. And Saint Michael or the Archangel Michael is the king, right? Or the governor of that. Well, he's the doorway. That's what we call him in the Animero world. He's the door. There's other saints too, but those are the two more common ones. The Virgin Mary of Mount Carmel. You'll see the image that she has the baby Jesus, and then the animas are on her feet. And then you have San Miguel or Archangel Michael or Saint Michael as well. And there's images of Saint Michael and I've posted them on my social media here on Instagram of the spirits of purgatory under his feet. All right, so you do the Our Father, the Hail Mary, the Glory, and invocation to San Miguel, and after you're done with that, you say, Saint Michael, please protect me. May you allow me to speak with the Anima Sola so that I can request from her such and such. Then you do the prayer of the Anima Sola. You talk to her after you're done with the prayer. You talk to her from the heart. And then you tell the Anima Sola, thank you. And then you close with San Miguel again. It's very simple. Not a big thing. Now, when you're working with, like me, like I'm a worker. I'm a devotee and a worker of the Anima Sola. It's a little bit more complicated. But with you, if you're just doing devotional work, then it's not that complicated. Okay? So you don't want to approach the Anima Sola without an amparo. All right? Oh, another good amparo is the Sacred Heart of Jesus too. I forgot that. In a lot of the old school prayers of the Anima Sola, the Sacred Heart of Jesus is mentioned a lot. Okay? So, this is a very important one. When you're sitting down and you're having a devotional or a time with the Anima Sola, do not become distracted. Don't start text messaging. Leave your phone out of the altar. Don't even have it on top of the table. Or even when people are coming in that are abrupt, stick to the focus. Don't become distracted until you're done. The Anima loves her you and me time. She loves it. And that's how we connect stronger with her. Do not, in the middle of you praying to her, having a conversation to her, you pick up your phone and you start, text messaging your friends or answering the Instagram messaging or Facebook messaging and doing things like that. That's not good. She's not gonna appreciate that. She really likes her me time. She loves her me time. Like Mondays for me are me time with me and her. So this day is revolved around her. Right? I light her candle. I sit with her. I do her prayers. I do her devotionals. And also I do these videos. And I do other stuff for her as well that is just personal. But this is her me time. When I'm with her, when I turn off this camera, this is her me time. Okay? If you're having issues with people interrupting or people being nosy or people just being disrespectful, then she'll understand, but make the effort. Okay? So don't become distracted. Don't start, putting other things in priority when you're supposed to have your devotional with her. All right? Another thing too, and has to do with offerings. Make sure that her offerings are well kept. Make sure that if her cup of water starts looking a little bit cloudy, you start seeing a little mildew, change it. Don't keep rotten or expired things on her altar. It's not good. It actually calls other animas to come that are not good animas. And it even calls an aspect of her that many people don't know that I mentioned before, that it's not a good aspect that you want to have around. Because the anima, just like every other human being in this world, has two sides. Every coin has two sides. She has her other side that a lot of people don't know about. You don't want to call that side. So make sure that the offerings are not expired. Make sure that the water is well changed. Make sure that if you have candies or apples, that they're well maintained. Make sure that that her candles that you don't leave empty candle jars on her altar. Take them out as soon as you see that they're empty. Remove them. And also make sure that when you remove things from the altar, you do it with respect. You let her know, Anima Sola, I'm here to remove these offerings that I put in your altar with respect because they're going bad, and I don't want that, and I don't want to do that to you. So I'm going to remove them respectfully and throw them away. Oh, that's it. Just let her know what you're doing, and she's going to appreciate that. Those little key details matter with her. She has a detail. She has an eye for detail. She's keen to details. So keep that in mind, all right? And the last one, this is a really good one, okay? And then we're going to go to Q&A. The last one is don't leave her altar dark. If you want to be a devotee to the Anima Sola, right? And this is for the ones also that want to run and work with her without having even a devotion or even knowing who she is. Don't leave her altar dark. Don't do it. Have a light on. Even have a night light. Have some type of light on. Put her in a room where the sun comes in more. But don't leave her in the dark. Many people are gonna be like, oh, but what happens if I can't leave candles on? What happens if this and that? Devotion is devotion. This is not for everybody. Okay, this is not for everybody. We're not gonna accommodate your circumstance because you have issues going on. No, if you can't do that, then don't work with her. There's a gajillion saints, there's a trillion saints out there that you could work with. With real animeros, people who work with the anima for real, they don't leave her altar dark. Everybody knows that you're not supposed to leave her altar dark. You're not supposed to leave that altar dark. Put a lamp on, crack the windows open a little bit, do something, but don't leave her altar dark. Whatever you do, put a safety light on, do something. If you have a jar candle, listen, if you have jar candles and you're afraid to leave them alone at home, okay, then get yourself a flower vase. They sell them in the dollar stores. This is what I do. Get the 7-day candle, prepare it, whatever, boom, and before you put the candle in there, put some water in there. Put it in there. That's it. If that candle cracks, guess what? The water is going to extinguish the fire that it might cause. Okay? But for whatever you do, don't leave her altar dark. No matter what. it is something that the reason for this is because when you're a devotee, you always want to make sure if you always want her first to work for her offerings. Let's get that out. Let's get that straight. But if you don't want to give her candles because you want to make sure that that she works for it, then you don't have to. Just leave a light on. Put her altar near the window and leave it open. Leave the window open. Leave a light on in the house. Come on, man. There's plenty of people here who are irresponsible with their light bulb. Let's be real. So just something small. It could even be an electronic lamp or an electronic candle, a battery candle. There you go. Even a battery candle. You can leave a battery candle there if you don't want to leave candles on. There's battery candles. Just leave it there. Have it on for her. But whatever you do, don't leave her altar dark. Whatever you do, don't leave her altar dark. So if you want to be a devotee, she's going to really appreciate that, okay? So now we come to the Q&A. All right. Oops, sorry about that. Who out here has questions that they would like for me to answer? Okay? Who out here has questions? What questions do you have in regarding to this topic or any other candles that, se me fue. Who here has questions about this topic or wants to share any don'ts that you feel that this community can benefit from? Okay. All right. So the first question I see here is from Nicole Out West. All right. Nicole Out West is asking, can I make an altar for her on the floor? Interesting. I have done that before, but I have a way of doing certain things, right? There's nothing wrong with putting an altar for her on the floor. There's nothing wrong with it. Not at all. But I don't like her image touching the floor directly. I would put a handkerchief or some sort of mat or something to do that so that it shows a sign of respect. Okay? But yes, you could put an altar for her on the floor. You could put an image of her on the floor. Just make sure that it has a mat or it's some sort of cloth or something there just to show her respect. Okay? There's even like little wooden tables that they sell that they're small. I think they're called floor tables, that you could even put that on the floor and you could put her there and that's still a sign of respect. I've done it before. So yeah, it's cool. It's no problem. Yeah, I already answered that. Can I make an altar for her on the floor? Yeah, it's just as long as she's not touching the floor directly. That question was from Nicole Out West as well. Can I make an altar for her on the floor? Yeah, but get to know her. Don't start working with her, please. Get to know her. Okay. She wrote, Nicole Out West wrote another question, which is a really cool question. I really like this one. It says, in your opinion, what do people request of the Anima Sola? You could request anything for the Anima Sola. The Anima Sola can work up anything. One of the things that the Anima Sola is really good for is getting things back that you lost. The Anima Sola, to me, I call her my ADP, not ADP, my security system. She's really good at keeping burglars or having people steal from your place of business and home, or even your cars. She's good for money. She brings a lot of money. She's good for opening your mediumship. So yeah, you could do anything like that. She's very diverse. Okay, so House of Divinity Tarot wrote, what happens if you're sick in a situation where you can do devotion for her? Like if you travel, then you let her know, hey, listen, I can't do it right now. I'm sick. She's going to understand. She's not a spirit that she can't see when you're sick or not. she's always around you when you're devoted to her. She will know that you're sick, and you mention it to her, and you would even take that time to pray to her to help you with that as well. Okay, so Alda Pemira, sorry if I mispronounced that. So to start being a devotee to the Anima Sola, do I still need to find a teacher? I would think so. Because people who have experience, can guide you the best. A lot of people who actually learn from me, they book pláticas with me, and that's the time where I take them to kind of answer any questions that they may have, in regards to the anima, and I share my knowledge with them. But it's like anybody with experience. If you want to learn how to be a mechanic, you got to learn from a teacher. If you want to learn how to be a doctor, you have to learn from a doctor who has his doctor's degree and is an experienced individual. You need experience, because you could go to her and pray to her, but I think that people kind of misconstrue the whole devotee from a worker situation. And I feel like people really have to kind of know the difference between that, because you could be a devotee, but that doesn't make you a spiritual worker for the anima. So let's get that straight. All right. So hold on one second, guys. So, all right. So Gibby _1989 wrote, can you ask her for her help to contact the dead? Yes, you can, but you have to be, like I said again, you have to have a relationship with her in order for you to do that, because she walks with a death current. So in order for you to use the anima in that aspect, in a spiritual context, you have to first get to know her in that aspect of herself, where she becomes like a protective spirit guide, and she becomes like the link between you and the spirit world, but she's protecting you. So, but that takes teaching, and that takes development, and that takes time to develop. So yeah, she can, but like I said again, you need training, and you need people to help you with that. Okay. And House of Divinity Tarot asked, are there male aspects of the anima, not of her because she's a she, but are there male aspects? I guess you're trying to ask, are there male animas? And yes, there is male animas. There's a variety of male animas. I can name you 3 off the top of my head. Juan el Minero, an amazing anima. El Judío Errante, an amazing anima. And a well-known anima in Venezuela called El Anima del Pica Pica, which was very miraculous. So yeah. Okay. So let me see if there's any more questions. So that about wraps it up with the questions. All right. So before I end this, I wanted to give some recommendations and some shout outs as well for those people who are actually looking for more information in regards to products, in regards to people who can help you as well, and Latin folk magic. And these are very reliable individuals, and they're people who I trust, and people who are really cool as well, and very humble individuals. All right. And before I get to that point, if anybody is interested in booking a plática or wanting to do a reading with me, you can contact me here on my Instagram on Messenger, or you can contact me on Facebook Messenger as well, and I'll be more than happy to help you. My page on Instagram is at Purgatory _Magic in Instagram, and in Facebook is Yamil Henriquez, and you can contact me there, and you can ask me anything that you want in regards to readings, prices, and pláticas as well. If you have any questions in regards to Anima and you want to start a devotion with her and you want guidance in that, book a plática with me, and I can answer all your questions, and I also can give you a beginning startup so that you could do a proper devotion with her, so that you don't start messing up and calling something that might not be good for you. Okay. And if you have any questions in regards of you having witchcraft thrown at you, or sickness, or something that you might feel that is not of this world that is happening to you, like blockages and enemies and people getting on your nerves, book a reading. I'll be more than happy to help you. That's what I do. Okay. Also, if you're in the Austin, Texas area, I do face-to-face readings as well there in City Alchemist, and also you could go to City Alchemist as well. And City Alchemist is a big shout out to Alexis Arredondo. He's one of my maestros, and also Eric J. Labrado, who is an amazing teacher as well, a good godparent as well to me. And they're amazing people. Really check out their website, cityalchemist.com or cityalchemist.co, and take a look at their Facebook business page or their Instagram page as well. They have amazing spiritual products from Mexico, amazing books, and also they have online shopping as well. So check out their website and check out their classes as well as too, because they have amazing classes about Latin folk magic as well. And they're gonna start. City Alchemist is about to begin their course on the Santísima Muerte next year, so look out for that as well. Okay. Also, if you're interested in the Santísima Muerte and other aspects of Latin folk magic, check out Janelle Longoria's page on her YouTube channel, Janelle Longoria, and you could check out her Etsy store, Casa Calacas, as well. She sells a lot of cool stuff there as well. Also, you could check out Alex Dijin and his Etsy store, Arte Oscuras. He's an amazing dude. I really love his products. I can say that I've worked with his products and they've given me amazing results as well. Okay. Also, if you're looking into a devotion or being a devotee to the Santísima Muerte, check out Von the Devotee. That's VON_THE_devotee. And really check her out. Her channel is really cool for people who are starting to develop a beginning entrance with the Santísima Muerte, and it's coming from a personal experience, and that's really cool. So check her channel out as well. And this is somebody as well who I recommend their products every time that I'm giving a receta to those who come and get readings with me in the shop, or even over like video readings or phone readings, which is the Death Witch. She has amazing products. She has awesome oils and scrubs. I've heard many people come to the shop, City Alchemist, and they've given good reviews about that. So if you're interested in any like oils and scrubs and things like that, Death Witch is really cool too. And if you are in the Detroit area and you're looking for a face-to-face reader, I recommend Julie Tarot. That is JULI_Tarot_. Check her Instagram page. She's really cool people. She's one of my students, and I've taught her a lot, and I've learned a lot from her as well. And if you're looking for amazing candles and amazing spiritual tools and products, I have amazing creations as well on Instagram. She has, in my opinion, one of the best candles, in my opinion, that I've experienced. I've worked with her on a face-to-face level, and her candles are very good quality. Okay, so like I said again, if you want to get in contact with me, contact me through this page, Purgatory_Magic, or if not, on Facebook, Yamil Henriquez, and my YouTube channel as well. You could go over there, subscribe, like. It's called Purgatory Magic. It's gonna have the icon, a symbol. You're gonna see the face of the Anima Sola. So yeah, All right. So I want to wish everybody a beautiful week. Thank you for coming here. Thank you for partaking in this live. Thank you for being a part of it. I love every single one of you. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you next Monday. All right. Every Monday. All right. Like and share. To subscribe to my YouTube channel, ring the button, ring the bell icon so that you could get notifications as soon as I load up these videos. All right. I love every single one of you. Have a good night. May God bless you. May the Anima Sola guide you, protect you, and keep you on your purpose so that you don't stray from it. And stop giving people your energy, God damn it. All right? Have a good night.